Did you know the moments that make your cat love you most aren't the expensive toys or the fancy treats? They're small, almost invisible habits that happen every single day. Habits most owners never even notice they're doing. But your cat notices, every time. And these four little things might be quietly shaping how deeply your cat trusts you, or how much distance they keep between you and them. Stick around, because the last one is the one almost nobody talks about. And once you hear it, you'll never look at your quiet moments with your cat the same way again. 1. Letting your cat choose the interaction. Have you ever reached out to pet your cat and they just walked away? It stings a little, doesn't it? But here's what's actually happening. Cats aren't being cold. They're wired to feel safest when they're the ones making the decision. In the wild, a cat that gets grabbed or cornered is a cat in danger. That instinct never left them, even after thousands of years living on our couches. So when you let your cat approach you first, when you offer a hand low and open instead of reaching over their head, you're speaking directly to that ancient part of their brain. You're saying, this is your call, always. And here's the twist most owners get wrong. They think more affection equals more love. But forcing a cuddle when your cat isn't ready doesn't build trust, it chips away at it. The owners with the most affectionate cats aren't the ones who pet the most, they're the ones who wait to be invited. Let your cat come to you, and you'll find they come more often than you ever expected. 2. Feeding them with intention, not just convenience. Why does your cat suddenly appear the second they hear a specific cabinet open or a certain bag crinkle? It's not just hunger. Feeding time is one of the biggest emotional markers in a cat's entire day, and how you handle it says more to them than you realize. Here's where a lot of owners miss something important. They dump food in the bowl while scrolling their phone, barely looking down, and walk away. To your cat, that's a transaction, nothing more. Here is where the twist happens. When you pause, make eye contact, maybe say their name before you set the bowl down, you turn a routine into a ritual. You become the source of something they associate with safety and care, not just a hand that appears and disappears. Try this tonight. Before you feed your cat, crouch down for a moment, talk to them the way you would a friend, and then feed them. That small pause tells your cat that you see them as more than a mouth to fill. Over time, that recognition becomes trust, and trust becomes affection. It's such a small shift, but cats remember these tiny signals far better than we give them credit for. And hey, if this is already changing the way you look at your cat's daily routine, go ahead and hit like and subscribe, because there are 2 more habits coming, and the last one might be the most important thing on this entire list. 3. Respecting their space when they retreat. Ever notice how your cat sometimes disappears under the bed, behind the couch, or into some corner of the house you didn't even know existed? Owners often panic a little, thinking something's wrong, and go hunting for their cat to check on them, or worse, pull them out. But the truth is, cats need retreat space the same way we need a locked bathroom door sometimes. It's not rejection, it's regulation. When the world feels like a little too much, noise, guests, a new smell, a loud appliance, your cat needs somewhere to reset without being followed or coaxed out before they're ready. This is the part most owners get backwards. They think love means checking in constantly, closing the gap, making sure their cat is never alone. But smothering a retreating cat teaches them that there's nowhere safe to fully switch off, not even their own hiding spot. When you let your cat vanish for a while without chasing after them, you're proving something huge. You're proving that their space is truly theirs. And a cat who trusts that their boundaries will be respected is a cat who comes back on their own terms, calmer and more willing to be close. Give them the exit, and you'll earn the return. 4. Simply matching their pace. This is the one I promised you at the start, and it's strange because it looks like almost nothing at all. No toys, no treats, no talking. Just you slowing down to match the rhythm your cat is already living in. Cats move through the day in soft, deliberate waves, slow stretches, long stillness, sudden bursts of energy, then quiet again. Most of us move the opposite way, rushing from one task to the next, phone in hand, always slightly ahead of the moment we're in. And without realizing it, that mismatch creates a quiet kind of distance between you and your cat. Here's what changes everything. When you sit down slowly instead of dropping onto the couch, when you move through a room at an unhurried pace instead of striding past, your cat reads that as safety. Fast, sharp movement signals threat to a predator's nervous system, even a comfortable, well-fed one. But slow, steady movement says the opposite. It says, there's nothing to brace for here. Try it the next time you're near your cat. Move like you have nowhere urgent to be. Sit like you plan to stay a while. You'll notice something almost immediately. Your cat softens. They stop watching your hands so closely. They stretch out a little more. That's not coincidence. That's your cat's whole body relaxing because yours did first. Out of anything on this list, this is the habit that quietly rewires the entire relationship because it's not something you do to your cat, it's something you become around them. And once your cat learns that your presence means calm instead of chaos, they stop just tolerating you being nearby. They start choosing to be near you, again and again, simply because it feels good to be there.